Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and today we are going to have a look at the other excellent used Navigraph chart next to the announcement of the takeoff and landing performance calculator. Not only did they share news for the IFR guys among you, but the main news they shared was actually for the VFR guys among you. And that was the addition of two new layers to the Navigraph VFR chart packages. The first of them is the land cover layer, and we are going to have a look at that layer right now. And here it is. So this is the Navigraph charts with the standard charts that we had available by now. Now, personally, I've never really been that much of a fan of that Japan VFR chart, because in my opinion it is just not very conclusive and easy to look at. To give you an example of how the charts look that I've been using in the real world during my VFR flying, this is an example from the VFR e-Bulletin of the Deutsche Flugsicherung, German air traffic control, and this is an example of their kind of charts. Now, as you can see, they had a lot of terrain contours available, and they made it much easier to navigate visually, especially when you compare that to the level of detail available on the Japan chart, which was just a lot less. Now, this has just about changed, and if you go into the map selector layer and then go down to land cover, that's on the general edit map, then you go down here to land cover, then you now get these additional covers available showing you where all the forests and stuff like that are located. Makes it a lot easier to navigate VFR, and we're going to put this to a test in a few moments. But before we do that, let's quickly have a look at the other addition that's been made to the charts. You can kind of see it down here already. They call it the Terminator layer, and while I think that that is a very fancy name, it actually serves quite a good purpose. If we turn that one on and just zoom out a little bit, you can see it adds the transition of day and night to our charts. Now, that is not only very useful for when you are flying VFR, as it gives you a good idea of when nightfall is approaching and when you might have to change to flying night VFR. Remember, in many parts of the world you cannot just fly VFR during nighttime conditions. In Europe, for example, you need special night VFR approval for that, and that comes with a lot more restrictions, and this Terminator layer gives you a very good idea of when that's coming. Likewise, when you're flying an airliner, you're making your announcement to the passengers, you probably want to know when you are going to see those lovely lights of a city, or when you are probably rather still arriving during daytime. So, with those now out of the way, let's go ahead and deactivate that Terminator layer again, because we don't need it, and have a look at a little flight that I have planned today. This is just 18 nautical miles from Biberach down to Leutkirch. A quick 18-mile flight just to give you an idea of how I am using the terrain contour layer in order to have a good view of the terrain around me. Okay, so let's go ahead and make those Navigraph charts a little bit smaller in here so that we get a good overview of our airplane. Here they go, and we'll just make that window a little bit smaller down here as well. Okay, so this is now our Navigraph charts that we got available. So join me in the cockpit of the DA-42. Again, from Cows, absolutely beautiful airplane if you ask me. It's really turned into one of my favorites for the simulator. Alright then, so do forgive me that I'm not going to follow all the exact procedures, because, well, this flight is kind of not designed as a DA-42 trainer, but more of a demonstration flight. Now, just be aware, you do also have the Navigraph charts available in the G1000. You can access the en route chart when you go down. So with the Navigraph edition installed, you go down to IFR and VFR charts. Down here with VFR selected, you get these, but you don't really get those additional layers. Those are only available in the Navigraph apps. But, well, you can already see that over here. That's the route we are going to fly. Okay, so let's just go to the menu for a second and turn this one to the daylight charts. So display VFR, we do have that, and then we can go into the settings, and we're going to turn this one into, come on, into daylight, please. Okay, thank you. So then, that is our en route charts that we have down here, and then we have our Navigraph charts down in the bottom. Okay, excellent. So let's go ahead and start up our airplane. That's the master switch is on, the strobe light is on, the fuel switches are on, trim is centered. Okay, looking good. We're going to start with the left-hand engine. So the glow light is on, and the glow light is off. Starting left engine. And here we go. Left engine is running, same on the right-hand side. Propeller area is clear, excellent, and off we go. Okay, that is 2 good engine starts that we have over here. So the alternators are on, ECU is on A, avionic master coming on, but we are basically not going to need any of that. Basically all we need is our VFR charts, because we're going to fly this one completely VFR. So, taxi light on, park and brake released, and off we go. We are using the standard scattered cloud scenario, so there's basically no wind, good conditions. Alright, we'll quickly position the aircraft over here, set our parking brake, cage the standby horizon, here we go, and we can do the ECU tests. Okay, System A, or rather left-hand engine. Testing System A for the run-up. And testing System B. That's looking good. Now we can test the right-hand engine. Okay, 2 successful tests, flaps coming out, the rest of the lights are coming on, and that is it. Pitot can come on as well. Parking brake released, trim centered, flight control track is looking good, and off we go. Okay, we will do a little bit of backtrack, and then you can see our target track is 142 degrees. Let's go ahead and pre-select that in here. Okay, so course 142 is pre-selected, and with that we are ready to go. So timer, start, takeoff. Power set. Rotate. Okay, positive climb. Gear up. Alright, we're going to fly straight out, make sure that we pass beam the village that we have on the left side here, and as soon as that is passed we're going to make a left-hand turn and we're going to resume our route. So, flaps up. And that's it. Okay. Very slight right-hand turn here in order not to overfly that village. And then we are going to start our turn out. Okay then, turning to the left, slowly but steadily across the village, over the forest over here, and then that is basically going to be our route already. Okay, a couple of clouds over there. We want to make sure that we stay below these, so I would say something about here, 3,700 is going to be just about fine. Make sure that we turn the airplane onto the track. And here we go. Okay, so power back down to 75%. Like so, and with that we are en route. So let's go ahead and have a look at our contour chart and see what we have up next. We're currently flying over the forest over here. You can see that exact forest belt on the left hand side there, and you can see a couple of villages here, so we are probably passing beam this right now. Basically bringing us to a position right over here. Now you can see the reason I'm using the Navigraph chart app over here versus the standard version of the chart in the G1000 over here is mostly because I have a lot of editing possibilities in the external chart app that I don't have within the G1000. For example, I can rotate it around like this, I can go north up, here we go, or I can just go ahead and turn the track up as I want. So it really gives me a lot of additional possibilities of what I can do with the chart app that I cannot do in the G1000 inside the cockpit. Now, unfortunately, I have never actually flown a G1000 equipped aircraft in the real world. All the glass cockpit aircraft that I have flown were equipped with Avidyne units. So I can't really tell you for sure if there would be a way to turn this chart in the G1000, but nonetheless the external app is really providing me a great tool. Obviously when you display your position on here it makes your life even easier, but I kind of want to keep away from that for now and really just want to navigate the airplane just by the simple look outside the window. So a little bit of basic logic here, flying 150 knots, we're basically covering 2.5 miles per minute, which means we need just under 10 minutes for the entire length of the flight. You can see I started the timer down here. We usually add 2 minutes for the departure, 2 minutes for the arrival, so we need basically about 8 minutes in order to complete our flight and find our destination. Turn it back like this. We basically get back into a nice point of view here that resembles where we're going. So if we do look outside, we can see that forested area over there that somewhat got this dent in it, and that somewhat suggests to me that we are probably over here, I would say, over here. So just in front of that little covered area here. Especially there is that village right behind the forest, and if we do look outside then that is pretty much what we see over there. Also note there should be a couple of very small lakes in there, maybe we can see those, but at the altitude we are currently flying that may already be rather hard. do have a good look outside. No, it's rather hard to spot those lakes. Okay, so that's Bad Wurzach right down here. We're going to pass on the left of it, so we are basically positioned right over here right now, overhead Wils, just over Unterschwarzach. Wonderful German names, aren't they? If we do have a look outside, that's Unterschwarzach right over here. Okay then, from here on we got another 2 pieces of forest coming, so, and that little one in the middle there. So this piece that you see over here is probably this one right over here. And then behind that, you've got the second one, this one. And that's probably the second one over there. And then our airfield is located just over here. So that gives us a basic idea of where we're headed. Looking at the traffic pattern then. Pattern altitude 2,800 feet. Let's already go ahead and descend down to that altitude. And then we can just fly straight in approach once we're overhead Reichelhofen. In other words, we're going to pass the beam the right-hand side of the forest, so over here. And that leads us directly into the final behind that little village. As you can see, very easy going, this way of navigation. When you do have all those features of the forests and everything available, it really makes your life very, very easy navigating. So that's a great addition that we have to the Navigraph charts. Our destination airfield is going to be right within this little valley down there. Road on the right hand side here, that's got to be that one over here. Well, let's go ahead and start reducing our power. We'll also go down to the Patron altitude now. Right, our airfield got to be located over there. I think I can see it. This looks like an airfield to me. This got to be the village that we wanted to pass over. You can see that by the road going right on the side of the village over here. So that's exactly what we're looking at, and there's our airfield. So that's our destination found already. Okay, reducing power, flaps approach, landing gear down, flaps full, lights are all on. Slight tailwind here, 5 knots, that really doesn't matter too much. So let's bring it down, nice and smooth. Okay, power off, glide it down. I really do like the flight dynamics of the Chaos DA42. Wonderful airplane. And here we are. Alright, 10 minutes and 50 flight time. Landing light off, position light off, and pitot heat off. Flaps are coming back up, and that's it already. We made it to our destination. So you can see, very, very easy to navigate using these type of charts. I do really like them. Also, always keep in mind, you always have the safe taxi map available in here as well. I do really like that feature. Okay then, so that's just a quick example of what the new Navigraph chart feature is really good for. I do hope that you enjoyed this. I do hope it gave you a little bit of an insight into what you can and what you cannot do with it. And well, all I can say is looking forward to see you guys all again on the next one. Let me know what you think about the new feature in the comments below, and if you are up for more, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Finally, I would like to thank you very much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you are really liking what I'm doing on this channel, would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you for watching everyone, and I see you all again on the next one.